What if the career you choose today doesn't exist the same way 10 years from now? According to future workforce projections, healthcare, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy are expected to create some of the biggest job opportunities between 2024 and 2034. While doctors and nurses will always be essential, high-demand careers like pharmacy, healthcare data analytics, AI specialists, and renewable energy experts are rapidly reshaping the job market. The biggest lesson: the future belongs to people who adapt, learn new skills, and embrace technology. Whether you're a student, a parent, or planning a career change, the choices you make today could determine your success tomorrow. So, are you preparing for the jobs of the future or the jobs of the past?
We are watching automation and artificial intelligence actively rewrite the rules of the job market, eliminating roles that used to guarantee a stable middle-class life. Traditional desk roles, administrative support, and routine sales positions are actively shrinking as software proves it can handle the workload faster and cheaper. This chart of projected employment changes reveals a stark contrast. Down at the bottom, office and administrative support is projected to drop by nearly 4%. But look at the very top. Healthcare support is surging by over 12%. You have probably seen headlines hyping up an explosion of green energy jobs. But if you are trying to plan a long-term career, those headlines can lead you in the wrong direction. Look at this breakdown of the fastest-growing industries. On the left, solar and wind power are expanding at massive rates. But pan to the actual employment numbers on the right, that triple-digit growth only translates to a few tens of thousands of jobs. Now look at the sheer volume on this chart of employment changes. The red bar for healthcare and social assistance dwarfs everything else. We are talking about adding nearly 2 million absolute jobs. That is where the actual hiring volume is. Healthcare is your strongest defense against an automated economy. But working on the floor requires long hours, heavy lifting, and intense stress. We need to look at whether the financial return actually compensates for that grueling physical reality. The standard entry ticket into this booming market is a 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing, or BSc Nursing. Holding that degree practically guarantees you will find a job. However, your starting bank account balance is almost entirely dictated by where you happen to live. Take India, for example. It is one of the world's largest producers of medical professionals and serves as a perfect baseline to examine these economics. For a fresh graduate entering the domestic market there, the reality is a modest starting salary, usually sitting between 25,000 and 30,000 rupees a month. The degree itself gets you on the payroll, but it does not guarantee wealth. If you want a significant financial return on those 4 years of study, you have to make highly strategic career decisions the moment you graduate. Domestically, a new nurse faces an immediate choice: enter the private sector or navigate the government system. The private hospital route offers a slightly lower starting pay, around 25,000 to 35,000 rupees, but it compensates with performance bonuses and a faster track for promotions. You are trading job security and accepting a high physical workload in exchange for acquiring advanced clinical skills very quickly. The government sector requires passing rigorous exams and navigating heavy bureaucracy to enter. Once you are in, the starting floor is higher, sitting between 30,000 and 40,000 rupees. Here you gain ultimate stability, comprehensive medical benefits, and a pension. The cost is giving up that rapid upward career mobility. But whether you choose a private clinic or a state hospital, you will eventually hit the exact same wall, a strict ceiling on your lifetime earning potential. Even with a decade of specialized experience working in an expensive metro city like Delhi or Mumbai, salaries largely plateau at around 60,000 to 80,000 rupees a month. The domestic route is highly effective at securing a reliable, lower middle-class living. But for professionals looking for a major financial breakout, the local market simply won't deliver it. Breaking through that wage ceiling requires one of two specific strategies: advanced clinical specialization or geographic arbitrage. The first path means going back to school and investing heavily in advanced education to become a nurse practitioner. Look at the U.S. labor projections on this chart. Nurse practitioners are projected to grow by 40%, adding over 128,000 new jobs. It is one of the absolute fastest-growing occupations in the entire economy. The catch is the upfront cost. This route demands high tuition fees, intense academic rigor, and years spent studying instead of earning full-time pay. The second path is the ultimate financial multiplier, the global nursing arbitrage. This strategy allows you to bypass the domestic ceiling entirely. By relocating to nations with acute shortages like the US, UK, or Canada, monthly earnings jump from 80,000 rupees to well over 200,000 rupees. Capturing that premium involves serious friction. You have to pass strict international licensure exams like the NCLEX, navigate complex visa processes, and manage the personal costs of moving away from home. The aging populations of the global north have created a massive demand for care, guaranteeing capital for healthcare workers. The money is there. Your primary challenge is simply clearing the regulatory hurdles required to access it. Healthcare provides an incredibly strong hedge against an AI-driven economy. But a baseline nursing degree is a high-labor, moderate-yield investment unless you intentionally optimize it. If your primary goal is guaranteed stability, target the domestic government route. You secure a pension and absolute peace of mind, accepting that your wages will hit a ceiling. If your goal is maximum financial return, treat your degree as a passport. Push through the high friction of international exams to capture the massive geographic salary arbitrage abroad. And if you want advanced clinical authority without leaving your market, bypass general nursing entirely. Invest the time to become a specialized nurse practitioner to ride that 40% growth wave. Over the next decade, just holding a degree won't be enough. True long-term career security comes from aggressively matching your personal effort to the right geographic and specialized market.